Carl, and today we're going to use some of the rhubarb from the rhubarb festival. I've got 3 nice bunches of rhubarb. I'm going to make my aunt a nice crumble. A crumble, that's nothing new. Bit of flour, bit of butter, bit of sugar, bit of vanilla. Make a bit of a rhubarb compote with some rhubarb. You know how to do that, and if you don't, look it up. I'm going interesting. We're going to start off. I'm going to make a really quick rhubarb relish with some brown, almost like a chutney, a relish, something like that. Using it. Well, let me show you. We're going to start off by putting a bit of sugar and some. I'm only using 1 stalk of the rhubarb because I want to do a few recipes. We're going to start off by chopping a rhubarb, 1 stalk of rhubarb really thin. This is the proper forced rhubarb, nice and pink. Lovely colour. We're going to chop it up finely. We're going to put a bit of brown sugar and vinegar in a pan to start caramelising, and that's how we're going to start this recipe. Turn it up a bit. We've got a preheated little non-stick pan. We're going to add to that a few dessert spoons of brown sugar. That's it. Not much at all. Tiny bit more. Right, there we go. And get rid of that. Put that away. Right. And to that, you're going to add a bit of vinegar. Red wine, white wine, vinegar, even cider vinegar will do. You want a pretty neutral vinegar. So don't want to have much flavour at all. It just wants to add a bit of acidity. Give it a little toss like that. And then we're going to get onto the rhubarb while that's on low heat. It's going to caramelise that and become nice and sticky. So, 1 stalk of rhubarb. I'm going to cut off this bit, this rooty bit, knobbly bit. It's a bit grey anyway. And I'm going to cut off the top bit, there, the leaves. Don't eat rhubarb leaves, they're poisonous. Not deadly. Well, if anything's deadly, if you eat enough of it. But yeah. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get these like this, and cut them into quarters. I like them anyway. How's that looking? Yeah, that's alright. Right, it's quarters. And all we're going to do with this, once we've got maybe into thirds, the halves, we're finally dice into little pieces like that, a couple of centimetres each cubed, and this is all going to be chopped up and go in with the vinegar and the sugar. So to save time, let's skip to the next bit. So as you can see, that's reduced down to a lovely syrup. What we're going to do, we're going to put in the rhubarb like so. Right, we're going to use this. That's what we're going to do now, is cook this down in the syrup. Because the juice will come out of that rhubarb. This rhubarb tends to have a lot of water content when you cook it down. You turn it on high. And a smidge more vinegar. Just a little bit. Turn it on low once it's come to a boil. We're just going to leave that to soften and become a lovely consistency. So to this I'm going to add a bit of sage, a little sprinkle of sage. Always use dried sage as opposed to fresh. That's about the only herb you can guarantee is better. Right, a tiny bit of chilli flake. Just a little pinch. You don't have to if you don't like spice. Crack of salt, a tiny bit of pepper, 1 pinch of pepper, just a tiny bit, just half a pinch, not even a full pinch. We're going to add just a touch of water, just a tiny bit. Account for the herbs. Right, just try to just count for the herbs already. And give that a mix. Now with this quick relish, I'm going to let it cool down in a second. But with it, I'm going to do a smoked ham and brie toastie with some of this relish on it. So I'm going to let it cool down and I'm going to get on with the toastie. So we've got some nice brie, some nice thick cut smoked ham. Look at that lovely thick cut smoked ham. We've got the rhubarb relish cooling. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the bread. This is a wheat and rye bread. Look at that. Look out. You know, when you're making this, you don't want it too thick. You don't want a massive slice. It needs to melt. So we've got a nice thin slice. Cut a few slices because I'm going to try one. Give one over to my neighbour because I'm not going to use all this bread. I live on my own. So might as well give the neighbour one. The ham was cheap anyway. It was reduced. It needs using today. It's also why I'm doing my neighbour some. That Bavarian smoked ham you can get, that'd go well in this. That's 4 slices. Let's do 8. It's 2 more slices. Now I've seen Gordon Ramsay before doing toasties, and he completely mucked it up. He had a cheese that wasn't good for melting, and he had a thick slice of bread, like a big wedge like that, just cutting out. Put over there, we'll use the rest later. Right, I'm just cleaning up these crumbs. Right, onto the brie. I'm going to cut off the outside rind on that edge. You can eat that if you want. It's not nice with the rind. Just like that. You need a centre cut. So, again, nice and thin. Like that. Peel that off. Try and keep it slim. Like so, into slices. Nice thin strips. Put that off there because that's the rind. Again, you can eat it if you want. I wouldn't recommend it. Nice thin strips. Probably get 2 more out of this. That's a single slice on its own. Cut that track, see if I can cut that rind off. Get 1 more piece of brie. There you go. Alright. So let's put these together, ready for the pan. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the brie. I've cut these pieces of brie into smaller slices, shorter slices. Put 3 on there, like that. Some of them are alright. Now I like brie, but it's not my favourite cheese, but it was cheap, so that's why I got it. I'm going to put that one in there. Like that. Onto brie, like that. Now slice of ham. Now turn it around, like that. That on there like that. That on there. Like that. Again, another slice of ham. Into that, like so. Put that into like that. That into like that. And onto that, I'm going to put some of the rhubarb relish. There we go, look at that, lovely. Some of that rhubarb relish. Spread it across the ham. Now it's had a chance to cool a bit, you get that rhubarb scent coming through. A little bit of that on there. Now if you made a jar of this and put it in a jar, a big jar, it'd last a few months in the fridge. Make sure it's a nice sterilised jar there. Make sure it's washed out properly, not just rinsed and soaked, and to boil it up. Right. I'm going to put a bit more enough of it. Let's see, I'm going to put a piece of brie there. One there, a tiny bit there. Right. So let's put these together, press down on them. Press down on them. And press down on them. Now the reason for the brie on that side is so that it sticks together like glue. Let's get to the pan. So you want to get these into the pan. One, see if you can fit all four in. Maybe not, but we'll see. Two. I'll put the big one in. Three. There we go. And we're going to leave them for a bit until they know golden brown. And in the meantime, I get a palette knife ready to flip them over. So we've got the, well, it's the fish slice. I thought this would be better to turn them. Look, they've got a nice golden colour. Could put two outside of these to help with the colour and flavour. Flipping them over now. What I need to do is, again, wait, and that brie's melting lovely. Just press them down a bit and let them brown on the other side. Then they're ready. It's that simple. So what we have that lovely rye wheat bread. We've got the, listen to that. We've got the brie, got rhubarb relish. Cut it in enough. Always looks better than enough. We've got a lovely melting brie. Got a lovely smoky salty ham. And we've got a quick white. Put that to the side. There. That there. That there. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. A sage and rhubarb relish. And that's gone on a brie smoked ham rhubarb relish toastie with rye and wheat bread. Like I said, any crusty loaf will work. I just went for that. Just look at that. But until next time, I've been Carl. This has been Cooking with Carl. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.